Much for staying with us. It's time for Gold Chase 2, and we're so excited to have you on the Joint News channel. Time to introduce my guests. And our first guest tonight, sitting on my immediate left, specialized in 100 meters. He ran a personal best of 9.98 seconds in 1998, becoming the first Ghanaian to break the 10-second barrier. His best of 6.45 seconds for 60 meters is an African record. He twice represented Ghana at the Summer Olympics and also at the Commonwealth Games. He was a two-time NCAA men's 100 meters dash champion while running for the Brigham Young University. He won a gold medal at the 1999 All-Africa Games, a silver medal at the 2003 All-Africa Games, and a bronze medal at the 1998 African Championships. In 1999, he set a new African record indoor 60 meters of 6.45 seconds. His personal best over 100 meters, 9.98 seconds, was a Ghanaian record until Benjamin Azamati broke it by running a time of 9.97 seconds in 100 meters at the Texas Relays. Yes, fantastic work he did as well with the 4x100 meters relay team at the African Championships in Abuja. These days, he does a fantastic job as a coach. Ladies and gentlemen, there's none other joining us tonight than Leo Miles Mills. Leo, how are you doing? And how does it feel to be here with us tonight?
I am doing wonderful, and thanks.
Our next guest is another special man, and we talk the sprints. Distinguished. His best performance in the global event, of course, was an important 7th place in the final of the 1993 World Championships. He only missed the 1992 Olympics final there by 0.01 seconds. He is one of the current national record holders in the 4x100 meters relay with 38.12 seconds, achieved at the 1997 World Championships in Athens. 3 silver medals at the African Championships, a gold medal, and 4 silver medals at the All-Africa Games. Appeared at Olympics 4 times at the World Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, former national 200 meters record holder, whose record has been broken by Joseph Paul Amoah. Emmanuel Tufo joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Also joining us on Zoom is Christian Insia, and he is a very, very special man as well, who has done so well. Look, he did run in that All-Africa Games in 1999. We saw a lot of that in 2003 as well. He did so well, competed in the 1999 World Championships and the Olympic Games. In 96, of course, without reaching the final, but no problems at all. His personal best time, 6.58 in 60 meters, achieved in January 1999. That happened in Colorado Springs. He also achieved an important record there in July 2000 in La Pin, and he was a member of this wonderful 4x100 meters team, Leo Miles Mills, Aziz Zachary, and Eric Nkansa, who won gold for Ghana in the 4x100 meters relay and the 2003 All-Africa Games in Abuja. Yeah, he's currently a holder of the Ohio Valley Conference Indoor 55-meter record, 6.42 seconds, and he has the singular honor of leading Team Ghana at the games in Oregon, in Eugene. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Insia joining us on Zoom. Coach Insia, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have the three of you. We'll be having some more surprise guests joining us. Wow. I need to step on this because we got our 4th guest joining us. So that's another huge name for what we've got to discuss. In 2005, he jumped the personal best of 8.34 meters to win the silver medal at the World Championships in Helsinki, finishing behind Dwight Phillips. On February 2, 2006 in Stockholm, he leaped to an African indoor record that also won him the gold medal, by jumping in that event 8.36 meters. He continued his good form to win the 2006 IAAF World Indoor Championships a month later with a jump of 8.30 meters. He followed quickly that by the 2006 Commonwealth Games gold medal with a jump of 8.20 meters. At the 2006 African Championships in athletics, he won gold with a jump of 8.51 meters, beating Sheikh Touare's African record of 8.46 meters from 1997. He did so well. And of course, he moved on to join Holland, but no problems at all because he has really done his best for Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, our surprise guest for the evening, Ignatius Geyser. Ignatius, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
And it's so good to see you on the show. There you go. We have got legends joining us, and we can do our beautiful discussion on all this going. So where do we start from? Let's start with you, Leo. Just going through the records and everything. You were the first man to run under 10 seconds in Ghana. Can you take us through? We'll show you that clip because we have a clip of Leo Miles Wills doing the 9.98 and beating his chest and jubilating. And the commentator said something that you were jubilating, but they were not sure if at that time you knew you had run 9.98 seconds.
And he was correct. The year before I had won it, and I had the slowest time ever to have won the NCAA championships. And so the following year, I was really prepared to come back and win again. I did not care about the times at all. I was just so poised to come back and win it because they were all they were all bragging out there that they're going to win it. My first win was a fluke. I was just lucky, and I'm like, all right, you just hold on. You don't know what is coming at you. So I went there. This was in 1999 up in Boise, Idaho. Yeah. And my aim and goal at this race was to just win it, And then I finished. I was just jumping for joy for winning it, beating them all. And then one of the coaches just said, "Hey, turn around, look on the board." And so I turned around and I looked up there and it was just flashing 9.98. I was like, whoa, that is impressive. So going there, the timing was not a factor for me at all. I mean, I was going there for a win. Yeah. And I did that. I got 2 wins. I won and I ran my personal best, which happened to be the national record at that time. And here we are today. So.
Yeah, congratulations once again. I mean, there's some 2 decades or 3 decades on, but that was absolutely great. Imanotu, for you got the opportunity to run in some crazy finals at the World Championships, and that is what I'm sure most of the athletes today are hoping to do, to qualify into a final, like in 200 meters. It's been really good for you.
Yes, of course. At least if you be in the finals. It's not easy to get into the finals at the World Championships. You have to run first round, second round, quarterfinals, semifinals. So before you get to the finals, you're going to meet tough guys. Yeah. And I did it. And it was my first time to be in a World Championship final.
Yeah.
Running with Carl Lewis, Mark Marsh, and all these guys. It was a tough.
Yeah. Did you expect to do as well as you did? Did you even expect to make it to the final? Because it's a huge thing to get in the finals at the IAAF Championships.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I was in shape that time. So I told my coach, this time I'm going to make it to the finals. And I didn't make it. Yeah. And unfortunately for me, I placed 7th. But it was okay. Yeah. To get to the World Championship finals, the whole world 8, and I'm number 7. It was a great achievement for me.
Seriously, if you had the Ghanaian there in the final 8 that lined up in that championship final. Let's hear from Coach Christian Isia. Coach Christian Isia, you take me to the 4x100 meters team, and it's good that I have some of your mates here today in the studio, of course. How special was winning that gold in Abuja? How special was that?
Before I even go ahead and talk about Abuja, I want to really thank you for taking it upon yourself to put track and field on the map. You have a ton of followers on social media, and most of the time you put information about the team over there. Yeah. So we really thank you for doing that for a sport that has been neglected for so long. Yeah. In terms of Abuja, it was almost the case all the time that Nigeria had a better team on paper than us. And we went out there and most of our teammates were very close friends, and we talked to each other and were like, we can take these guys. We got out there, and I was a first leg. Actually, if you look at the list of the people that were on the team, Leo Miles Mills, Aziz Zachary, Eric Nkansa, I was actually the slowest one on the team. And I was a first leg, and I gave them a good start. And Leo, oh my God, by the time Leo got the baton, for example, I think we were slightly behind, if I remember right. and Leo had to basically come from behind and win the race. So we did a wonderful job there. It was kind of unexpected. It was almost the same thing that happened with the team at the All African Games, actually also in Morocco recently. So I think part of what we got to achieve was because of the chemistry between the teammates. I think that's quite important if you have that.
I'm sure another man everybody's looking forward to hearing from is Ignatius, Geza. Geza, you had such a storied career with, littered with a number of gold medals and medals as you did so well for Ghana. Let's talk about your time in Ghana. Which of the medals do you really cherish and why? For the time you competed for Ghana.
Well, thanks. Actually, I will say the All African Games 2003 in Abuja,
Oh, wow.
because that was my first major championship that I was able to win a medal. And then I really chose that match because going there in Abuja, I was expecting to win a medal, in which I did win that gold medal for Ghana. And then from there it continues to go to an Olympics in Athens, which I finished 6th. Going there in Athens, I think everybody was expecting me to win a medal because I was having the top 3 best distance that year. But it was unfortunate that I couldn't handle the pressure because I was new in the game, so I didn't know how to handle myself from the press and the pressure. And unfortunately, I finished 6th. But it wasn't that bad. So I really like the most medal that I really like is the Abuja one. Even though I have a couple of World Championship medals, but the Abuja one was my favorite.
Yeah, you did so well because you went on and on and on winning the medals. I just look back because I don't know, we're not too many guys around, in the event that you have chosen, in the sport that you've chosen, but you kept motivating yourself. What was the factor that kept you going on and on?
Because I knew where I was coming from, and then when I had this opportunity to join the national team in 2003 by going to Athens, by going to Paris in 2003. I remember Christian Isia was motivating me all the time. When I finished 4th, it was just a slight margin from the 3rd position. And then he was all the time encouraging me, you can do it. You have a lot of years ahead of you. So my goals was to finish at least top 3 in every championship. And then I kept focusing regardless whatever problems that we were going through.
It's good. There's more. I'm sure if Deborah Akwa is watching, she'll be very, very inspired with everything. Leo, tell me about that Abuja thing you guys did. Gold, then win the gold, and Christian just gave us a tip of the iceberg.
Like you said, the chemistry was there between the 4 of us. That year we were all in Europe. Aziz was in better shape than all of us, and he was roaming everywhere. And so we were like, hey, how are we going to put ourselves together to go to Abuja? So we camped ourselves. We put ourselves in camp in Germany. I moved from Finland, went to Germany with the Christian and Andrew, Aziz. Nkansa was already in Germany. So Nkansa was our host. All 5 of us sleeping in a tiny little room. And it was quite an adventure. We'll get out and we'll jog from there to, we're lucky to have a track close by. And so we'll jog out together and go training. And we'll go to lunch together, breakfast, we'll go out together. So the chemistry we built that year going from Europe to Abuja was there. And for some reason, we just look at each other and we knew we were going to win it. We knew we were just going to win it. And we got there and we brought one guy with us, Ernest.
Yeah.
Because we knew it was going to be tough. I got in the night before my race.
Yeah.
And I could not run back-to-back heats, semifinals and finals. So we threw Ernest in. That was the game plan.
Yeah.
We threw him in to run the heats, the prelims of the 4x1, and then I'll come in and run the finals.
Yeah.
And it just panned out just right.
Right.
He did amazing, and we went ahead and won it. It was a fantastic race.
What was your best race?
My best race was when I represent Africa.
Okay.
94.
94.
In Crystal Palace.
Okay.
The relay team, myself, Frankie Frederick, and the two twins from Nigeria. We came second. We won silver for Africa.
Yes. Yeah. That was at the heights.
Yes. And I was chosen by Africa after the World Championships in Stuttgart.
Yeah.
93.
Okay, so we're doing this because we're previewing the World Athletics Championships that's taking place in Oregon, Eugene, in the United States. And we've got some athletes who are hoping to get this goal. And I'm sure a number of them are tuned in right now watching because they want, they really need the motivation that they deserve to get all the way into it. So let's just talk about what it really means to be preparing for the World Athletics Championships, particularly in a year when you have done so well, or you have been able to, put out there a season best that has gone to be a personal best, and the whole world is expecting a lot from you. Let me start with you, Coach Insia, on that one, because I guess you guys have been in such a situation before. What does it really mean? How do you process this psychologically, knowing that people are expecting a lot from you based on what you have done in the season?
I think the most critical part is believing in yourself and believing in the process that you and your coaches have gone through. As Geisa, for example, says, sometimes the stage fright comes in and just takes you. But luckily for us, most of the athletes on our team, on the Ghana team, have gone through that already. If you remember, Azamati, the Olympic Games, he mentioned that the stage actually frightened him a little bit, and not frightened, but it got to him slightly. So again, that's the lucky part that we have, but execution is very important. Trusting the process and believing in yourself is a most critical part at this juncture, because if you look at all of our athletes, they have all run some of their best times this year. Look at Azamati, look at Joe Paul, look at Deborah. She jumped further than she's ever jumped, set several national records. Look at Alex Amankwa. This is the first time a Ghanaian, we're talking about the sprinters, but this is the first time a Ghanaian has gone under 145 in the longest of times, right? And you even look at Joseph Menu. Joseph Menu's 100-meter times and 200-meter times this year are outstanding. So they have done the work that they need to do in terms of training, but the rest is putting it together and believing that you are there. Let me give you a very good example. When Geisa was just talking about Paris World Championships, that year when we went to that World Championships, we actually didn't have a coach there. It was just the athletes. There was no coach from Ghana. It was later on that coach, Henry Kakari, showed up, but the competition was even over. So guess what? We were coaching ourselves. I remember very well Andrew was helping guys in his jobs because there was no coach, but he delivered. So sometimes it goes back to remembering where you came from, remembering all the work you have put in, and delivering at the right and appropriate time. So that's what I think our athletes need to do, be able to channel all their energy. The problems are there. We all know the problems that Ghana athletes face. But you are there. You've qualified for a reason, so I hope that they deliver when the time comes.
Leo, let me come to you because, and really, it will be for the two of you to answer, because you know how the World Athletics treats the sprints, especially 100 meters. Put up the lights, there's a bit of display, there's pumping action, and you've got to deal with seeing some of the top guys you've heard of during the season. How do you practically go through that, Leo?
For these guys, Azamati especially, Azamati, you're going to hear your name every time from now on.
Yeah, he broke your record.
Because you broke my record, so you're going to hear your name every time on. Anyway, that squad shouldn't be nervous. They have been in the spotlight for a while, in Tokyo, in Doha, at the Olympics, So those intro before the race, something that they are used to. There's not anything big for them, but sometimes those things, if you are a little bit complacent.
Yeah, what is running through your mind?
If you're a little bit complacent, you're going to lose focus.
Okay.
It's all about focus, and you don't want to stay too focused either. Then you over dramatize things. For instance, you could tense up a little bit, and everything worked out for all year, you think you've lost it, and then your form just starts to mess up. You start, trying too hard, and you just so stiff you can't move. And so I'm hoping they can take the pressure. Their names are being mentioned left and right, up and down, everywhere, social media. They are lucky but unlucky at the same time, because at that time, it's their time that social media is up and running everywhere. Our time, we did not have those things. So in a way, it's kind of helped us.
Yeah.
But they will still live up to the expectation and deliver.
I need to go around this because, and I'm keeping in mind that we have Deborah who is going to, be participating in long jump. Ignatius, so let me come back to you. It's your event is an interesting one actually, because you sometimes get the crowd, helping you to go on by clapping and giving you the rhythm and all. But even then, how do you go through it psychologically, Ignatius?
Well, it's always difficult because when you look at the guys that you are going to compete with, and then you knew that this person has already jumped, for instance, the guys, when somebody has already jumped 8 meters and 50 centimeters. And then knowing yourself that you have jumped 8 meters and 20 centimeters. So technically, he is ahead of you. But you always have to believe in yourself and make sure you are going to stick to your 8 meters and 20 centimeters consistent. Because at every world championship, where you are able to jump between 8 meters, 15 centimeters to 8 meters and 30 centimeters, then you are guaranteed for the final. So what I'm hoping for Deborah is that she has to believe in herself and then jump consistent the distance that qualified her to the world championship. She has to repeat that distance, and if she does that, she's definitely going to make the final. And at the final, she doesn't have to think of anything, forget about what is going on back home. You have to know that you are there for yourself, and then you are there for Ghana, and that over 37 million of 40 million people, they are all solidly behind you. So you got to believe in yourself and believe in the process that you and your coach has been put up, and then go and deliver.
Let me take the final words on how to go through this psychologically. And Emmanuel, how have you gone through it when you're waiting for goal?
When you're waiting for goal?
Yes. No, for goal. Ready, go.
Go. On your marks.
On your mark, set, go. Bah.
It depends on you. Some people always concentrating on the gun.
Yeah.
Some people check their styles and make sure any noise that they will hear, they have to move. So when you get on the blocks, the only thing you got to do to concentrate. Don't look left, don't look right. Forget about Carl Lewis, Leo Maismos on your side, who is on your side. Just concentrate on your race. And as soon as you hear the gun, just run your race.
But how difficult is that? Some don't even hear the gun and move, and others, it's a false start in disqualification.
No.
How difficult is that?
You know nowadays, if you make one false start, you are out.
Yes.
So these days, I think they will make sure they won't make any false start. So once the starter say, on your marks, set, I don't think anybody will move. Everybody will wait for the gun, and when the gun is gone, you got to go.
Start doing it. But during the race, for instance, during the 200-meter race, does the psychology change after 100 meters?
Yes.
And then you have to go the next 100 meters. How do you manage that?
Oh, okay. For example, 100 meters is a straight.
Yes.
And 200, you got to come to the curve. Yeah. So some people knows how to run the curve, some people doesn't know. So if you are a good curve runner, you got to come out from the curve, because some people will come straight. So it's
so you must know what you're good at, whether you are good in the straight or good in the curve.
Straight.
And apply.
Straight. After the first 100,
yeah.
The second 100 is my race.
That's your race.
Yeah, because then I will stand up, start, lifting my legs up and
then you're pacing.
Yes.
All right, guys, thank you so much. If you're just joining us, you have a chance to send us a message on any other questions that you want to answer. I've got like 4 legends around me right now. Ignatius Gaze is here. Leo Miles Mills is here. Emmanuel Tufo is here as well. And I've also got Christian Insia here. So everything or any question that you need, so far as what the track or field is concerned, you can put the question through. Now we're talking about the Ghanaian team. So we need to officially introduce to you the men and women who will be representing us in Oregon. It's important to know them. It's important to know them so that you can follow them during the competition. We are here at Joy Sports with this Gold Chase. We'll be giving you all the updates. But just in case you find yourself by television set and you're looking for a Ghanaian somewhere there, we need to give you an opportunity to meet them. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the wonderful guys who are going to be representing us in Eugene.
Deborah Akwa will feature in the long jump in Eugene after setting a new national record of 6.89 meters plus 0.07 at the LSU meeting earlier this year. In August 2019, she competed at the 2019 African Games in Rabat and won a silver medal for Ghana with a jump of 6.37 meters. She also competed in the NCAA Division I Championships in Austin, Texas, and won a bronze in the women's long jump. In January 2020, her 21-foot 6-inch long jump broke a 22-year school record by 4 inches at the Ted Nelson Invitational. In February 2020, she broke the Texas A&M triple jump record to win first place at the Charlie Thomas Invitational. On 4th April 2022, Akwa jumped 6.89 meters in the long jump event during the Texas Doha meet to set a new Ghanaian national record. With that jump, she ranked number 2 in the Texas A&M history and makes her the 7th best collegian of all time. Her jump was also the world leading mark and placed her on the world number 1 in the women's long jump event. Based on that time, she qualified for 2022 World Athletics Championships and will be hoping to impress on the world stage. National record holder Joseph Paul Amwa will participate in the 100 meters, 200 meters and 4x100 meter relays event as well. At the 2019 Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Championships in May, Amwa became the first Ghanaian in any sport to qualify for the 2020 Summer Olympics by running 200 meters in a personal best time in 20.20 seconds. It was the fastest performance from a Ghanaian since 1995 and also qualified him for the 2019 World Athletics Championships. Later in June of that season at the NCAA Division I Championships, he improved his personal best times in the 100 meters and 200 meters to 10.01 seconds and 20.08 seconds respectively. He broke 3-time Olympian Emmanuel Tufor's 24-year-old Ghanaian record in 200 meters, 20.15 seconds set at altitude, and qualified for the 2020 Summer Olympics in the 100 meters. This year, Joseph Paul ran under 10 seconds for the first time on April 23, 2022, with a time of 9.94 seconds, making him the 4th Ghanaian to run the event under 10 seconds. The time also marked the first time in Ghana's history where 2 of our athletes made the top 2 in the world for the 100 meters. Alex Samankwa will participate in the 800 meters event at the World Athletic Championships. He attended college and competed in athletics at the University of Alabama, where he set a school record and was a first-team All-American in the indoor 800 meters. He qualified for the 800 meters at the 2015 World Championships in Beijing, represented Ghana in the 4x400 meters relay at the 2015 African Games. Amankwa represented Ghana in the 800 meters at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This year, after a long layoff, Amankwa has put in the work and has been consistent with his performances. Amankwa qualified to the championships after running a time of 1 minute 44.97 seconds in the 800 meter at the Maryland qualifier at Prince George Sports and Learning Complex, Landover. Amankwa also made a time of 1 minute 15.88 seconds in 600 meters at the Penn Relays a month ago and is Ghana's national record holder in the 800 meter event with a time of 1 minute 44.8 seconds, which he set in 2017. Other members of the 4x100 meter relay team include Sean Safu Enchi, who represented Ghana at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and at the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. He ran a season best of 10.28 seconds at Paul Grisou Stadium, Dessau in Germany. Joseph Menu, who was selected to represent Ghana at the 2021 World Relays on 1st to 2nd May in Poland, which served as a qualifier for the 2021 Olympic Games and the 2022 World Championships for Ghana. Menu ran a season best of 10.01 seconds at the Billy Hayes T&F Complex, Bloomington, USA, and will be looking to help Team Ghana on the tracks in Oregon. Emmanuel Yeboah is a final member of the Ghana 4x100 meter relay team. Emmanuel ran a season best of 10.2 seconds at the John McDonnell Field, Fayetteville in May. Sprinter and national record holder Benjamin Azamati will participate in the 100 meter and 4x100 meter event at the World Athletics Championships in Oregon. The A6 athlete, who recently won the 100 meter race at the Diamond League meeting in Paris 10 Pro a few weeks ago, and is joined ninth alongside America's Elijah Hall by the World Athletics World Rankings for 2022. Azar made history by breaking a 22-year national record held by Leo Miles Mills on 26 March 2021 in Texas by clocking 9.97 seconds to qualify him for the Tokyo Summer Olympics. Azamati sets a new national 100-meter record in March after he ran a sizzling 9.90 seconds at the Texas Relays, 0.07 seconds better than the record he set there a year ago. The former University of Ghana student went on a record-breaking rampage during his time as a member of the West Texas A&M University track and field team in the United States. In 2021, he won the 100 to 200 meter sprint double at the NCAA Division II Outdoor Championship in Michigan. His national 100 meter marks in 2021 and 2022 were also NCAA Division II records, while his 9.90 seconds is the fifth fastest time in NCAA history, regardless of division. He made a promising Diamond League debut, finishing in a C4 at the Bislett Games in Oslo with a time of 10.15 seconds. Canada's Olympic 200-meter champion Andre DeGrasse crossed the line in first place with 10.05.
These are the men and women who will be representing us in Oregon, Eugene, in the United States. We're going to have some analysis right now on what they have done in the season. You'd see on your screen, the various athletes and what kind of season they've had, and we've got the experts to go through it. We're not going to only talk about what we can see from a Ghanaian lens. We'll also talk about what we're going to see from a world lens. There's so much that has been happening in the world of athletics as a lot of the athletes try to qualify, everywhere across the globe. It's been very, very special to see them go through. So you have an idea of what Ghana can do. You have an idea as well of the top guys to look out for. Many times when I'm watching some of these athletics events with friends, they're like, okay, so who is this one, who is that one? We'll help you to go through, at least. For the popular events like the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the riveted 4x100 meters relay, it's all great. So, Ignatius, if you can join me on this one, can we start with Deborah? We'll have a look at Deborah. Aqua starts what she has done this season on the screen so that you can follow. Deborah is a promising athlete. I'm not the one to say it more. I mean, Ignatius understands the terrain, and he'll just go through what Deborah has done. So, Ignatius, let me start with you on that one. I mean, how special has her progress been? I mean, you're looking at what she's been doing over the last 1.5 years.
I believe she has done so great because, one, getting the qualification standard to go to World Championship is a plus. You are among the best. And then going there, all what she has to do is, like I said it earlier on, she has to produce a performance, if it's not the same distance that she jumped to qualify her to the World Championship, it has to be closer or even more, so that the final will be guaranteed for her. And then when she gets into the final, then she has to believe in herself, and then knowing that she is there for herself. That is first. That has to be the first priority. She's there for herself. And then second, it has to be she is there for Ghana. Because we all know the problems that track and field athletes are going through in Ghana. You have to put all these problems behind you, and knowing that getting into the final is going to guarantee you at the top meet in Europe for you to be able to make some few cash. So Deborah, I wish you all the best, and I believe in you, believe in yourself, and know that Ghana is behind you.
That's great words coming in from Ignatius. Christian Insian, let me come to you on this one, because you'll be in her ear, you'll be speaking to her, you have to motivate her at many points, you know, back in Oregon when the competition is on. You've been speaking to her. I mean, where is she at this point psychologically, and what have you made of her performances over the season?
Actually, I normally don't talk to Deborah. I just text her on Instagram or something.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And what she achieved this season is nothing but phenomenal. If you look at both her long jump and her triple jump marks, she actually improved, which is not easy to do, to be able to continuously improve every year. Her progression is great. Right now, if you look at all the jumpers in the world, she's around, I think, number 16.
Yeah.
Which at the World Championship, as guys have said, all you need to do is to get through the qualifying rounds for the jumps, because they do only a qualifying round and then they do the final. And so far as she gets into the final, I truly believe that she's going to be okay. At this moment, she is still training with her coaches at Texas. We, as a Ghana team, unfortunately, we once again didn't have a camp. And to some extent, to her, in her case, it may be of benefit because she gets to stay with her personal coach for a longer time. And so I know she's getting ready, and I know she'll be ready at the time when we all meet on Tuesday. We are flying into Eugene on Tuesday, and then we'll start the meet prep competition preparation. So at that point, that's when things will turn to me in particular, because normally what, as a person, you don't do is to infiltrate as to what a person's personal coach is doing.
Okay.
So in the end, when she gets there, most of the time when these athletes even come to camp, we as the coaches, Leo will bear witness to this, we don't really change their workouts. We just try to manage what their coaches are saying, and we will, if there are some few changes here that we want to do, we'll put it in there, but we are not there to change what they and their coaches have planned. So for me, it will be more so at that moment, looking at her, motivating her, and also finding any way possible that I can add on to what her coach has already told her.
Excellent. Let's move to the next athlete. I give Leo and Tufo a chance to just have a look at it. It's Alexander Amankwa, and he's around 1 minute, 44.97 seconds. That's huge. And for where he's coming from, and you look at the progress, and he has made it into the competition. So then he's going to have a chance to race in there. Emmanuel, let me start with you. How impressive is that? And what should we really expect from him at the competition?
What do I expect from him is to go there and run his own race. Before, the 800 meters is for the East Africans and the North Africans. Yeah. But now West Africans are coming. Everything is changing.
Yeah. Like we have a Kenyan who's doing well in 100 meters. We'll talk about that. Omanyala,
So for me, when I heard that this guy has run 144, I said, wow. Yeah. He can compete with the Kenyans, whoever comes. 800 meters, if you run 144, at least you are in the medal zone or the top 8 for the final. So I hope this guy will make us proud.
You have many times been in charge of the national team. You've got an assignment later. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it, though. You've got an assignment later after the World Athletics Championships with a national team. What would you tell Alexander Mankwa, and what would you be looking out for?
Sometimes they'll go to their first, I think this is his first major competition.
Yes.
That he's going to.
Yeah.
And being on the world stage like that, you get all jittery and you stay on focus, because you see, as guys have said, you see someone who's run maybe a 143 or a 144 guy, but you don't realize that you can win a race and run one of your slowest times ever, but you've won it, you know. And sometimes too, you can run the fast time, break your own record, and yet be last, you know. I mean, no, you know. So what I would probably tell him is to stay focused, and like Cora is saying out here, to stay, you know, in his own zone. Run what you have been doing to get you to where you are right now. There's no need to do anything differently. If you do that, you just mess yourself up. You know, stay in your comfort zone. When they move, you move with them. You know, you don't want to outrun them, because you're now going against some experienced runners, you know, who have run faster than you have. So if anything, just tag along. You know yourself better than anyone else. So, like Christian was saying as well, we just get their coaches' inputs, and we just emphasize it. And we encourage them, you know, give them high fives, encourage them to stay focused and go out and do what they can do.
Yes. Let's move on to the next athletes. And I want us to finish with the singles before we look at the 4x100 meters relay. So let's go to Joseph Paul Amoah, because he's going to compete in the 100 meters and 200 meters. Yes, he's got the 4x100 meters relay as well, but the 100 meters, he has opted for the 100 meters and 200 meters. And I have here the former record holders, the national record holders. So they're going to tell me how difficult it is to do 100 meters and 200 meters, and how brave a step this is. You can see on your screen at the moment what Joseph Paul Amoah has done this season. An interesting 9.94 seconds there in 100 meters, which was a big one. Got very, very close to what Azamati did. So let's start with you, Leo. Leo, let me start with you. Leo, let me start with you on that one. Doing 100 meters and 200 meters, you know, at the
World Championships.
At the World Championships, what kind of challenge is this?
It's a big challenge. It's a big challenge. Joe is is not a small kid. He's an adult. He's a big boy. Running in 9 seconds, you're no longer in the lousy field. You know, Joe, welcome to the club. He just have to manage his strength well. You don't want to go out too strong, yet you don't want to go out too slow either.
Yeah.
But you want to apportion your strength so you can have some energy to come back. You know, because I mean, this is a back-to-back, you know, for him at the World Championships. This is no more college, you know, and so he needs to. We're gonna have a game plan.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a game plan, and I'm hoping. I'm not sure he's doing 1 and 2. I think he's only doing the 2.
Okay, but the latest I had was he's doing 1
and 2. Okay.
Azza is doing just 100 meters.
Yeah.
I don't know if he changed his mind, but that was.
I mean, that's great for him. That's great for him too. I mean, it will boost him. It will boost his morale, and he just has to plan well.
Yeah, you've made the point, because I'm looking at the schedule. The sprints are very early in the competition.
Yes,
the sprints are very early. Like the second day, straight away we are.
And the only thing that this guy needs to do is, like, if you run the 100 meters, I think you have 1 day rest or 2 days before the 200.
Yeah.
So if he's running both, he can concentrate on the 100 first, because you have 2 days and then you come back to run the 200. And at least they are going to run the 4x1 too.
Yeah.
So he has to adjust himself, because it's not easy. World Championships, running 100, 200 in the relay is going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Coach Izia, let me find out from you then. You've got a bit of work there. You're speaking to Joe. What are you telling him?
Again, these decisions are not made by Ghana Athletics Association. It's not made by Leo or myself or anybody else. This decision that Joe is going to run both 100 and 200 is purely a decision between him and his coach. And I know that if you look at Joe's progression this year, when he ran the 9.94, he was in top shape.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Joe came up with a few injury issues between that time, and you could tell even with the traveling issues that they had to get to the African
Mauritius.
Championship this
Yeah.
year, you could tell he wasn't himself then. But since he's been back, he's been training, and I think if Joe didn't feel that he can take on this much work, he wouldn't do it. Because, for example, one thing that I know at the NCAA level, for example, you go through the rounds, and he's been through that system, so he knows how challenging it is going to be. As Emmanuel Tufo said, the 100-meter final is on the 16th of July. The 200-meter heat starts on the 18th of July.
Yeah.
You don't really have 2 days because of the fact that the final of the 100-meter final is 7:50 p.m.
Yeah.
at night. And the 200 heat starts at 5 p.m. on June 18th. So by the time he leaves the stadium and comes to the Games Village and sleep, it will be close to 12 a.m. on the 17th already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult, but it's a challenge that he's willing to take on. And it's a challenge I think he's even going to repeat at the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
And these are some of the things that I see some of these athletes do that it makes me appreciate them so much because they give so much for so little, right? We don't give them anything, and they go out there and they put out all this effort.
Yeah.
Run 3 rounds of the 100 meters, run 3 rounds of the 200, and then most likely run 2 rounds of the 4x1.
Yeah.
8 races in a few days. That's a lot of work.
And
But I believe he can do it.
Yeah, and you've got to peak again, at the Commonwealth Games. A little challenge for the athletes to peak twice in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about 100 meters, Benjamin Asamati. We'll talk about the 4x100 meters relay. We'll have a look at what the world is shaping up to be in terms of athletics. Who are the guys, who are the names to look out for in Oregon? I'm still here on the Joy Sports Gold Chase. We'll take a short break and we're back with more. Thank you very much for staying with us. You're still on Gold Chase on the Joy News channel, and we're still building up to the World Athletics Championships to take place in Oregon, Eugene. And I've got around the table Christian Isia, 4x200 meters sprinter for Ghana, did very well. I've got Leo Miles Mills, I've got Emmanuel Tufo, Ignatius Keisa, and joining us shortly as well will be the Ghana Olympic President, of course, Olympic Committee President, GOC President, Ben Nunu Mensah. He has joined us. Ben, how are you doing this evening? Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening to you, George, and good evening to all these legends. It's so amazing seeing these guys back on the screens. I mean, I haven't seen Leo since our triangular days, and it's so amazing. George, thanks for bringing them together. And you guys, thank you very much for coming back home and wanting to do something for our athletics team. Thank you, guys.
That's right. It's such a pleasure to have them here. And it's even more exciting to know that we're previewing Ghana at the next World Athletics Championships. So, Leo, you're on this. We're going for 100 meters. Benjamin Asamati, what he has done this year. I'll do it this way. We'll look at Benjamin and what he has done in the season. I'll pull the stats of what we have. The fastest men, 10. Ben is number 9. And then we'll look at the male and the female very quickly as we go around the table so that we can move on to 200 meters. So, Leo, let's talk about Benjamin Asamati. 9.90 seconds. But, of course, went to the Diamond League meetings and learnt a few important lessons as well.
On paper, he looks great. His times are very progressing, and you know, I'm hoping that he's not going to be doing anything differently other than what he's been working on with his coach. Sometimes they get a little bit too carried away and they try to do too much, you know, at a short time. They try too hard. Just remember what you've done, you know, having fun that has brought you this far. Don't change anything, you know. Top 9, I think you'll make finals. And I'm looking up to nothing but gold medal.
Nothing but gold medal. Wow. Wow, that's huge with this.
Yes, in 100 meters, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, right?
Yeah, just concentrate on your start, boom.
And then you're gone.
Surprises will come.
So Leo, let's have a look at the world rankings for 100 meters. I want to give you guys an idea so we can do the two. Coach Insia, you talk about the ladies, what you can see on the ladies' side, but Leo, let's have a look at the male side. It's been interesting. If you've been following the Jamaica trials and the US trials and all of that, there you go. Fred Kelly with 9.76, that's the world lead. You've got 9.83, 9.85, Manyala, and, you know, Marvin Brazy and the likes, and a number of American boys who are going to feel at home because it is in Oregon.
In Oregon.
What do you make of this? Look at the male side. What do you make of it?
It's a deep field. It's a deep field. Right. The times are very fast and yet very close as well.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, everyone has a chance. Fred Kelly, his 9.76.
Yes.
This is his first fastest time he's ever run.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shaban Bromell, yeah.
981, Manyala 85, Bracy 85. You know, Blake 85.
Blake is coming back.
Blake is coming back.
You look really good there.
You're right, but one person you need to watch out for is
Oblique
Seville.
He runs.
But it's okay. Let the world be, you know, let all the eyes be on those guys, and Azamati is going to come from behind and whoop them all. Yeah. You know, he's going to win it. So all is not lost. Just height down there, okay? All will be good.
They'll make turns and
so it's a deep field. Very, very close times. Very, very close times. And remember, these 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time. Big job, Christian Coleman. Reese Prescott, the London boys. Also.
Coleman, I doubt. He's not in top shape.
Okay, not in top shape.
Yeah, Coleman, I doubt. He's not in top shape. But nonetheless, he could still come up with a surprise. You know, he could still come. He runs very powerfully. Yeah. And he could come up with a surprise. But again, the man to watch from behind, coming in to beat them all, is my man. Azamati.
Yes. Okay, Coach Insia, let's move to the female. Let's have a look at it because then, yeah, Shelly Humphrey surprised on what she's doing. She didn't really need to run in the final there of the Jamaican trials because, of course, she had already qualified. So we'll have a look at the female world and how it is going. Coach Insia, we're talking about Abby Steiner. Hello, Coach. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry about that.
Yes, we're talking about Abby Steiner.
Before I talk about the women, I want to say something about the men 100 meters as well. I really, with Azza, if you look at the height of all these sprinters, probably Azza is the shortest compared to Oblique. I think he's still the shortest. Top. And I really hope and I'm praying that Azza in the final get out first. Because if he gets out first, that boy's leg is so fast, I don't think anybody can catch him. So for us, Azza gets out first, oh my God, I'm going to be screaming like a fool in the stadium. Going to the women 100 meters, for example, I think more than likely it is going to be a Jamaican sweep. I really believe so, Deal. With most likely Shirley Ann winning it, because if you look at her 10:67 that she ran and all the other races she's run this year, she was very comfortable. And so I really suspect that out of all the 3 Jamaicans, she's the one that I will think will pull it out and win. But amongst those 3, any one of them will win. The only person I think can give them some real competition is Julianne Alfred from St. Lucia. Yeah. If you look at it in the 100 meters, she's the one that I think the Americans, I know we have a few American ladies running fast, but I think the American female chance will come probably from the 200 with Abby Steiner.
Yeah.
Because Abby is not running the 100 meters, I don't think so.
Yeah, she's
run.
running 200, yes.
Yeah, so with her, I think she will be the one that will break the Jamaican monopoly in the female side in the 200. But apart from that, in the 200, I think the Jamaicans are good to go. However, on the African front, Favor Ofili from Nigeria.
Yeah, Ofili, yeah.
If she's able to get out before them, they will be in the shock of their life because that woman is amazing in the 200. And I really believe that it goes back to starts. For example, I don't know if this Liberian guy is running the 100. I haven't checked the list, fumbling. Now, that guy, he has a worst, I've never seen a start as bad as his.
Yeah.
But when he gets up, he's good to go. And I feel that if he runs 100 and he's able to get up anywhere close to the rest of these 11 guys that you guys were talking about earlier, that's a shock right there. That one.
Ben, let's just pick a few words from you, just as the team is going for the Athletics Championships. What have you got to say? And of course, with the legends here before we take a second break.
Well, George, thanks a lot, and thanks for people like Cora, Leo Miles, especially Cora, and you can also mention Rex Roby. You know, these are legends who have come back and want to support development of athletics. I am very impressed with what Cora has been doing so far. When you said the goals chase and elusive goal chase, I think that we're almost there. You know, when Christian spoke earlier on, he spoke about the chemistry that existed, within them when they went to Abuja. I can see the same chemistry with Zamatito, Topolamoa, when we were in the Olympic Games. And I think that sometime very soon, what happened years before is going to happen again. I have so much hope in the current quartet team, and the chemistry that Isian talked about is very, very much there. And I think that is going to put Ghana on the podium at the world stage.
Well, good one there. I think I've got some 2 minutes on this. Let me go to Ignatius Gazer. Ignatius, tell me, has anyone really caught your eye in long jump this year? You've been looking over your shoulders. Have you seen anyone? Are you expecting anything on the world stage?
Well, you mean a Ghanaian front or in the world stage?
Oh no, world stage. Just look at amazing the man. Yeah.
Well, there's one Ghanaian boy who has jumped 8 meters and 22 centimeters, and I learned he's going to the World Championship as well.
You're talking about Sean. Is it Sean Seneke? Or who?
Ibrahim Seneke.
Ibrahim Seneke is the one you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but there were a few complications with that. I'm not too sure where we are. Is it okay? Is it settled now, Coach?
George, let me answer that.
Yes, answer that. Yeah, because
even though he had the World Championship qualifier, which was I believe 822. Yep. The problem is that, first of all, the performance was not rectified by the World Athletics Association.
Yeah.
The reason being that they are saying that the stadium that he competed at is a certified stadium. That's one of the things. And the other thing is that the meet itself, according to World Athletics, is not certified by the U.S. Track and Field Association, which all of this happened unbeknownst to the athletes.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they put up these competitions, it is quite important for us athletes to know where we are competing that it will count. So for example, currently Kumasi Sports Stadium is not certified, right? So yes, they have competitions there, but if somebody was to run at 9 seconds there, that time is not going anywhere. So that's the problem that he faced. I believe something like this happened to Aziz several years ago. He ran a qualifying time for one competition, and World Athletics didn't take it, so he couldn't go to the competition. So it's no fault of Ibrahim Seneke. It's just Abraham Seneke. It's just a matter of a technical issue. So he's not going to be at the World Championship, so far as I know.
Yeah. That was the complication I was talking about. My heart goes out there for him and Abigail Kwating, who tried so hard to be there. I think we can take this short break. When we come back, I'll come back to you, Ignatius, and we'll continue with what you have seen on the world stage. Guys, stick with us. It's still the Gold Chase. Thank you very much for staying with us. We're just in the final stretch of Gold Chase here on the Joy News channel. So we're just talking about Abraham Seneke and what has happened and why we're not too sure. What we can say now is that the World Athletics has updated their site and they have put up that result that places him currently number 8 in the world. We're yet to see what communication will happen between the World Athletics Association, or the World Athletics, yeah, of course, and World Athletics, and then the Ghana Athletics Association. So there needs to be some communications to that effect, and I'm sure Coach Nsianko will take it from that point. So at least if you go on the World Athletics website, you see that Abraham Shirike's result has been uploaded now, and he's currently number 8 in terms of rank in the world. So we'll wait on that update on that to be able to tell you exactly if he's going to be in the competition or not. At least he's got that clearance from the World Athletics. So that's just a bit on that one. So I'll come back to you, Ignatius, on that one then. You were making a point, assuming this is totally accepted and he can make it to the competition. What have you made of that then?
Since it's going to be his first time, I will advise him to focusing on jumping something close to 8 meters 20. That will guarantee him a final. But then if he was not able to go to World Championship, then I believe Ghana Athletics and the Ghana Olympic Committee will definitely send him to Commonwealth Games, which I am going to watch him from the stands. So there I trust he can make the final and finish top 3 if he jump between 8 meters and 15 and 8 meters and 25.
Clearly, that's the developing story we're watching. Now let's talk about the Riverton 4x100 meters relay. Coach Leo, let me start with you. Based on what we know, based on the times, I am right to say that our relay team have been running faster than the last time they were out together, right? So what should we expect?
I don't expect them to do anything differently than what they've been doing. You know, when it comes to the relay, the baton has to make its way around it, and I guarantee you, by doing so, you can place. If we look at what happened in the Olympic Games, you know, they've done really well, and then the just slightest mistake just cost them a lot, and somebody could drop the baton. And I mean, it's not something that you hope for, but it happens. US is world known for that.
Yeah.
And
Fastest guys
and the
never come
Jamaicans
together,
are
right?
always known for winning it, you know, getting everything right. It's just a matter of, you know, just staying true to yourself.
Yeah.
Run your leg, just perfect hand-ups, and everything will be fine. I remember very well 2003 at the World Championships in Paris. The Poland team.
Yeah.
Nobody had run faster than 10.20. I think their fastest was like 10.24, 25, 10.26, and 10.32. But they always somehow managed to make finals in the relay.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes it's not about how fast you've run, but how well the exchange takes place.
Right.
You know, and the slightest mistake will cost you, and will cost you dearly. Yeah. So it's a matter of something that we're going to focus on. We're just going to make safe handoffs. And I mean, the guys have done it. This isn't a new kid on the block business thing. They know the game. They know what is expected of them. And I hope they don't be too complacent, you know, and that get up and deliver. Yes.
Coach, you see, this question is to you because the sprints happen very early, so 15th, 16th, or 18th, we're probably done. It gives us a certain space to prepare the 4x100 meters relay team. How much are you looking to take advantage of that? Keeping in mind they've not been together for some time.
This is the one problem that I hope that we as a country fix. It's always a monetary problem. We are not able to get a team together to compete often. And also, even before this World Championships, we haven't been able to camp. However, having said that, we will make the best use of the time that we have. For example, it's advantageous to us that Azamati is not running the 200. So in that case, we will have 4 people starting on June 17th to get ready. Joe Paul will be iffy because of the fact that he will have to compete in the 200 right away on July 18th. So we have to manage that quite carefully. We have 5 athletes that we are taking for the 4x1. And so we have to make plans. We, the coaches, we have a platform that we discuss this. So for example, whatever myself and Elom are thinking at the World Championship, I'm going to discuss it with the other guys that have handled the national relay teams before. And we all make decisions together as to what we think is the best way forward. We as a team, they know each other, they have competed, the majority of the team have competed with each other for a long time. That plays to our advantage. And we just have to find a way of limiting possible mistakes. We've had a couple of issues at the World Championships, World Relay Championship last year in Salisa in the final. We had an issue with that, but there are several reasons why that happened. And then we also had similar issue at the Olympic Games where we got disqualified in the final. This is not anything like what happened in 1996 where we were disqualified for technical error. So what we are planning to do, I've been talking to the guys on the side, picking up ideas, and we will see what we can do to make the team ready. We have a couple of days, and I think we'll make the best use out of it, and we will succeed. I really just want to get them into the final, and as all of the people on the panel have said, in the final is anybody's competition.
Good.
If you look at it, so basically that's what we intend to do, find a way of getting into the final, and at that point, we're good to go.
Okay, you know what? We're going to share the last 5 minutes of the show by giving our final words to the athletes who are going to perform. The good thing is, I think all the athletes are watching us now, so it's a good time then to go in and tell them. But let me start with you, Ignatius. What is your word to Team Ghana at the World Athletics Championships?
What they have to know is that Ghana is solidly behind them, and there's no time for excuses. They have to go for the gold.
Excellent. Succinct. Let me come to you. Benduno Mensah, what do you have to say to Team Ghana?
Well, they should just go out there and be themselves. I mean, I know what Joe Paul as a mathematician and the rest can do. So just be themselves, and I'm sure they'll be in the finals. Once they're in the finals, like everybody has said, it's anybody's race.
Emmanuel Tufo, what do you have to say to the team?
What I'm saying is that, especially in the relays, I hope we will bring gold. Because today's program is gold chase, right?
Gold chase. We are chasing the gold.
We are chasing the gold. And the 4x1 team will bring the gold.
They'll bring the gold.
They should concentrate and make us proud because the whole nation is behind them.
Yeah, if the 4x100 meters relay team win the gold, I don't know if I can report it. It's difficult sometimes then when you love the team and you've got to do the job. Coach Leo, what are your final words?
I mean, I can't say anything differently than what everyone has said. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good
to
luck.
Everybody.
Good luck.
I like it. Coach Leo speaks like a proper 100 meters guy. 10 seconds. Just go straight to it. Coach, you see your final words then to the boys. You're going to meet them. You have a lot more to tell them, but on the show.
Well, I love you guys. I love what you've done this year. I'm so proud of every one of you. I'm looking forward to seeing and working with you once again. Go Team Ghana.
Yeah, you know, it's been a pleasure to have all of you on the call. It's been really good. All right. Bar Hussaini has just sent me a message. Bar Hussaini is the CEO of Ghana Athletics. And so we can take this as breaking news that Abraham Senike's result has been rectified. And I'm sure the Ghana Athletics Association will take it here on. So I can imagine Abraham will be mightily relieved on this. His 8.22 is actually been accepted now, and Bauer has indicated. So it means that there's going to be a bit for him there to get into the competition.
That's great.
And so official congratulations, Abraham, on our show Gold Chase. We have it. We like the fact that you are in there, and it's been confirmed by World Athletics Association. Of course, the Ghana Athletics Association has actually just indicated Bauer Hussaini, who is watching the show now. Thank you very much, Leo Miles Mills. I was just checking. I have to say thank you to Ignatius Geisa, who's joined us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I hope we can do this sometime. We can do it again. I'm enjoying this already. I feel like a former athlete myself. I could have easily done 100 meters. The only problem is, Thank you very much, Coach. Coach Christian Isia for joining us. We'll see you in Oregon. We've also got the GOC president who joined us, Benduno Mensah. Ben, thank you very much for your time. And I thank you to Leo Miles Mills and, of course, to you, Emmanuel Tufo. It's been fantastic coming your way. Our gold chase does not end here. We're going all the way to ensure our athletes can do the very best to surprise you. You need to follow us on our various social media accounts because we have the World Athletics Championships wrapped for you. So On Facebook is Joy Sports. On Twitter at Joy Sports GH. On Instagram at Joy Sports GH. Head on to my Joy Online and hit the sports tab, and you can read all that you